وأقول في القرآن ما جاءت فيه آياته فهو الكريم المنزل.
Alhamdulillah, currently we're sitting on the last day of the Dawrah Ilmiyyah here in Darussalam Masjid in Southall, West London. And myself and the AMAU team, including Ustadh Abdulrahman Hassan, have been here for the last 1 month. And we've taught the students here 14 different sciences, going through 14 different books. And personally, for myself, when even speaking to Ustadh Abdulrahman, we've been really impressed with the turnout of the brothers who have come into the masjid every single day. Some of the brothers came from different locations overseas: Norway, Sweden, Germany, Denmark. Even 2 brothers came from America. SubhanAllah, may Allah reward them for their struggles and their efforts that they put towards seeking knowledge. Secondly, the masjid here at Darussalam have hosted us incredibly. They made everything really easy for us, always here on time, opening the doors for us, accommodating us for anything that we needed and we required. So this has been an amazing month really, and it's something that inshallah we hope as the AMAU team we can do in the future as well, inshallah. And once again come to Darussalam and benefit the community bi'idhnillah al-kareem.
Assalamu alaikum, what's your name and where are you from?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Munib Abdul Hadi. I'm ethnically from Sudan and I live in Sweden.
My name is Adam. I'm from the Netherlands and I'm 27.
My name is Anna Mohammed Hossi. I'm from Tennessee, Somalia.
I'm from Norway and my name is Yasin.
My name is Hussam and I'm from London.
My name is Abdul Majid Ibn Abdul Hafid. I'm from Luton, I'm 19.
My name is Shamil. I'm 19, from Barking.
So Munib, what is the one thing that you benefited the most from the Dawrah?
Wallahi, there's a lot of benefits, subhanAllah, so it's hard to name one. One of the biggest one is obviously the brotherhood and showed the verse of إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ come to life. But I'd say the biggest one is to trust in Allah, subhanAllah, because it wasn't meant for me from the beginning, it wasn't planned for me to be here. The plan was for me to go to Umrah with the family, and due to unforeseen circumstances that got cancelled. So August was supposed to be fully only in Sweden. And wallahi, through Allah's grace, I actually ended up here for a whole month. And wallahi al-azim, it just showed that you have to trust in Allah. I remember when the Umrah got cancelled by the family due to the circumstances, I was talking to one of my close friends and I told him that wallahi, I was feeling that it was a bad feeling, but I only said, Allahumma ajirni fi musibati wa akhluf li khayran minha. And subhanallah, Allah just showed that when you trust in Allah, you get what's best. Alhamdulillah.
Well, I benefited so much knowledge. We went to 14 books, but I would say definitely the brotherhood. It's something that I've not experienced like this before. I think everybody knows that this Dawrah, it was something special, it was. So definitely, and also I'm inspired, I've seen a lot of young kids, 10, 11, 12, coming in, day out. They've been showing up, always doing adhkar, dhikr, doing Quran, so definitely inspired me a lot.
Well, I benefit a lot from the Sheikh. The Sheikh's like our father, he teaches a lot. We came all the way here to see him.
From my time in the Dawrah, I benefited a lot by being with brothers that has the same goal, same objective. And subhanallah, all the brothers, throughout the lesson, after the lesson, we ways it. We sleep together, eat together. We ways it from morning to the night. We just, subhanallah, ijtihad.
It's a very tricky question. Amongst many benefits, I would definitely say the reality check of the fact that we know very little, and to have the honour of Ustadh teaching us 14 different books in a very short space of time. I managed to take as much knowledge from him as I could, and the brotherhood, most definitely.
From the beginning to now, I think that the most important thing is, as a talib al-ilm, person that's seeking knowledge has to be disciplined. Because some of us are coming from, for example, me having to wake up early to make sure to get to 7 o'clock, I have to wake up early. If I don't make it, I'm going to miss part of what Ustadh is saying. So it means that I have to make sure I'm striving, pray my fajr, come here, and straight away, as soon as I wake up, I'm making sure you sleep early so you can make it. And that all takes making sure that you're disciplined.
MashaAllah, you're a River, so I want to ask you, is this your first Dawrah you've been to?
First Dawrah.
How you found it, especially from River's perspective?
Alhamdulillah, honestly, I never thought I'd be able to consistently taste knowledge like this. I was saying earlier, I didn't know I'd be asked this question, but I was telling someone earlier, the first Eid I went to, I was seeing my friend, Mohammed Malik. May Allah be pleased with him, of course. I love that guy a lot. We were praying, and I couldn't even understand how he knew like when to go down into ruku', sujood, all these things. I was like, how does everyone know how to do this together? I didn't think I'd ever be able to know that. When the Imam was making dua and he say Allahumma and continue, I was like, how does everyone know when to say it? I couldn't believe it. So to see myself here, I promise you, you will get there. When you get a good surrounding, 100% is possible. But yeah, may Allah reward this Ustadh, what he did and what he's taught us. It's a lot.
So the first question I'm asking you about Darussalam. So obviously we heard that AMAU actually started here. So can you give us some context behind that, as well as how, from your perspective, AMAU has progressed to where it is now?
Barakallahu feek, jazakumullah khairan. May Allah bless you. Firstly, wallahi, Darussalam is a very dear masjid to me. Honestly, it's been a masjid that, before anything else, has shown me a lot of hospitality. I've spent the best of my years in this masjid, being the imam. Every single individual I worked with, whichever chairman, whatever trustees, committees they were, I've always seen love and care. AMAU is an idea that I had where I saw every year, every schooly semester students have holidays. We talk to them about the importance of seeking knowledge and how it is important to learn knowledge. And they always say, okay, I've now accepted that knowledge is important, but where do I go? How do I study? So I felt there's a need for us to not only tell them how important it is to seek knowledge, but to give them a platform where they can study and they can learn. So I started classes here in the masjid, where I every morning would teach different subjects. And Allahumma barik, I saw the hunger and the need that the people had for it. I had a Friday tafsir class I used to have, and people used to come from all over London. They would come and they would listen. So two things, inshallah ta'ala. The masjid, I ask Allah that Allah bless this masjid. I genuinely love it. And now seeing that the youths are running it and are on top of it, Shaykh Abdul Fattah, Salahuddin, Abdul Latif, all these brothers, I ask Allah He blesses them. It's a good sign when you see the youth in the masjid running the da'wah. The future is bright. The future is bright.
So Allah barik, we have brother Salahuddin. He was representing Darussalam. He was hosting AMAU throughout the course of this 1 month Dawrah. I want to ask you, how was it from your perspective?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Wallahi, how you run couldn't be more perfect. The hard work from the AMAU team, the hard work from the students. The masajid is just a place where the people come to, sah? But without the people, the masajid, what is it? Sah? So, regarding how it ran, I'm not sure there's anything we would have changed. The AMAU team did amazing. And students, with their strength and their perseverance, we wouldn't have anything less.
What was one of your favorite subjects studying in the Dawrah?
Definitely fiqh. We did Safin Najah. We did a lot of hadith. It was tiresome. It was gruesome at times, but we made it through, alhamdulillah.
My favorite subject had to be Nahwa. I'm trying to learn how to speak,
Yeah, you want to give us a benefit about that?
I say no, change that.
Go on.
I say Umdatul Ahkam.
Yeah?
We sit in long days, long hours, learning from the Sheikh, and he benefited us, put his time in teaching us, alhamdulillah, and I'm very grateful to him, and Allah bless him and reward him, inshallah.
I'd say my favorite subject, it's a very hard one, I can't lie. I'd say my favorite one would be Umdatul Ahkam, and that would be the subject of hadith. And should I say reason? The reason would be that wallahi, we were sitting 8 hours straight, or 8 hours maybe, but we were not allowed to move, no breaks, no questions, and I was always like putting things on my books to remember my questions, and it just showed me that, subhanallah, when it comes to ilm, there's not a thing where, it's not a thing where you can just do it and take breaks and stuff like that. It's something that you actually have to try, and that's the thing that gets lost within our generation, if I would say that. So wallahi, it was a big benefit just seeing how you actually have to strive to get the knowledge.
I can't limit it to one. I have to say Nahu in Umdatul Ahkam.
Why?
Akhi, Umdatul Ahkam, number one, SubhanAllah, he teaches you a lot the faraid, or fardun kifaya, you know, your tahara, salah, and how to pay zakat. SubhanAllah, I remember when we did the math of zakat. SubhanAllah, everyone was trying to do the math, and it got confusing, but SubhanAllah, this deen is important to, you know, learn how to pay zakat, how to pray your salah. Nahu, I like that it was a challenge. SubhanAllah, it's still a challenge. I don't feel like, where is it? I'm there yet, but Nahu was a huge challenge for even the people that knew Arabic.
I'll definitely say Al-Qawaid Al-Fiqhiyya by Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah. It's the book that we've done the first day of the Dawrah, I believe. And I guess the reason for it is because we were able to implement a lot of the rulings that was in the book in our day-to-day lives, things that we probably didn't know. So, alhamdulillah.
What have you learnt from this 30-day Dawrah?
I learned that I have brothers. I have a family, extended family. I have people who I could cry with, laugh with, people I can learn from as much as I benefit them. Teaching is an opportunity, it's a privilege. People don't understand when you get called for a da'wah, it's a privilege. You have to look at it as you're being honored to spread the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Banning you from giving da'wah is a pain. Doors being open, overwhelming messages where people ask you, can you teach this, can you come here, can you come, is an honor and a privilege. And it's the greatest privilege. وَأَنَّهُ لَمَّا قَامَ عَبْدُ اللَّهِ يَدْعُوهُ كَادُوا يَكُونُونَ عَلَيْهِ لِبَدًا. To stand up and to call to Allah's message and to say that I am occupying the Prophet's seat, what an honor, what a great thing to have. So my benefit is that, or the benefit I take from this, inshallah ta'ala, is that I saw people who not only I studied and I benefited with, but motivated me as well to learn and study even more. I had come and even the subjects I was teaching, some benefits were added to it, which I also took on board. I learned to sharpen my teaching skills because the last few years I've been spending recording in a studio. It's different when you teach students. I saw brotherhood. I saw the generation to come is a light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, because what's been happening around the Muslim world and seeing what's taking place. You kind of give up sometimes and think, there's not much khair left anymore. But seeing brothers coming from all parts of the world, wanting to learn, it was a very humbling experience. I ask Allah, He forgives me for my shortcomings and mistakes, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses them and makes them better than they can possibly think of. I do think, inshallah ta'ala, inshallah, and I've seen it happen multiple times. You just never know the great giant scholar, the great leader of the Muslims, where it's going to come from. So it could be one of these halaqat, one of these durus. My final advice is, inshallah ta'ala, is that the masjid has so much going on. And it shouldn't be connected just to a 1 month. The 1 month was to bring the people into the masjid, to let them know about the masjid, what it has to offer more. There are other brothers teaching Quran, there are classes going on, there are duruses that are happening. So inshallah ta'ala, students should come to those classes and benefit, inshallah ta'ala. Barakallahu feekum. And may Allah bless you, Bilal, for recording. May Allah shower His never-ending mercy onto you. Barakallahu feek. Wa jazakumullah khairan.
Will this dawrah help you further your studies?
It has helped me immensely, and it has inspired me a lot, like I just said. And I'm planning to go to Egypt after this Dawrah. I'm planning to go to the Americas, the Quran centers, to get as much ilm as I can, and go back and benefit.
Has this inspired you to seek more knowledge?
Yes. By coming here, I've learned that I know next to nothing. You see brothers all around you. People memorize the Quran. People go to Egypt, subhanAllah, trying to take their studies even further. And for some, they just started in this, Dawrah, to seek knowledge. So, inshallah, I will try my best, inshallah, to seek knowledge. And I think it's upon every single one that came to the Dawrah to always seek knowledge and do their best, inshallah, benefit the community.
Just one final question, inshallah. What advice would you give to your younger self?
My advice to my younger self, I came on the 26th of June, I landed here. What I did is I went to my primary school. I drove to North London, I went to my primary school. I looked over the gates. And I mentioned in the lecture, my primary school had an infant section and a junior section. There was like a fence that used to separate the infants from the junior. So what I did was I remember when I was in year 3, I was still in the infants class, or the infant side of the fence. My brother, who was older than me, had made it to the junior side. It was for year 4 now. So he was looking at me from over the fence. And I remember looking at him and saying, I wish one day I can be on the junior side. And going there at the age of 36, looking at that fence, remembering that was my wish at that time, showed me how much my life has moved forward. And so the thing I would say to myself, younger, that day looking over that fence would be, benefit from your time. Time is the most valuable thing that you have. Money comes and goes. But the thing that makes who you are and you are a component of is time. To value your time. And that's something I do regret that I didn't benefit from a lot of my time. That's something I'd make sure I benefit from. Barakallah feek. Jazakallah khair. Jazakallah khair.